attention to reality, you know, they get demonized. And I'm just one of these soldiers out here trying to bring attention back to reality.
Or what the hell she asked? I was waiting for her.
She's talking about the beauty
tie it in.
standard.
These black folks' minds are so warped. I understand why this particular person, the one in the blue, would say that, because she's trying to maximize her pool of potential suitors. All right, man. About to dive into this Just Pearl drama. Got to now, because, you know, Auburn Preacher's thumbnail is crazy. It says Just Pearly thinks has always been a clown, and they got, I don't know, some her photo next to some AI photo or some shit. But like, there's been a lot of damn drama and negative publicity coming from Just Pearl's channel as of late. Yeah, I mean, I'm all caught up, definitely caught the speed of what's been going on over there. I want to see what Albert Preach talk about, bro, because they love goddamn flaming motherfuckers and shit. They be entertaining as fuck. But at least for me personally, bro, like she said some things, been looking crazy on her channel, man. You put shit out there for people to see, you got to deal with the consequences and repercussions of what you put out there, right? I always questioned if her efforts were genuine with her channel, with the whole red pill space. Like, if she really was out here trying to like make the world better, or was she just trying to capitalize off of it? I mean, at the end of the day, everybody's capitalizing off of it, right? But I didn't really know if she was in it for real, or she just regurgitating information she's heard and just being paid from it. But at the end of the day, like, her channel is enormous now. She ain't going nowhere. She's getting paid the big bucks from the work she's put in, right? But with all that, like, the only real issue I got with Pearl, and I was gonna make a video on this eventually, but I'm gonna just say what I got to say about it now. The bull she pulling with Sarah Garvey's page, dog, because, you know, Sarah, like, one of the originators of her channel, you know what I'm saying? They had a falling out, and he said some words on his channel about how he felt about Pearl, right? Just his experiences or what have you. And I guess she didn't take too kindly of them, and she gave this fool a bunch of bullshit ass copyright strikes, which is, you know, threatened to take his entire channel down. That's where I draw the line, man, because she up here on some fresh and fit shit. You know what I mean? Like, she doesn't have any validity in these copyright claims or copyright strikes that she put on his channel, and now his channel is restricted. He can't post anything, can't post no videos, and that's fucking his money up, right? And, you know, you do shit like that, bro, that's whack, because your feelings is hurt or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, but all the dust is gonna settle, and Sarah will tell y'all his side of the story, man. But, you know, I can say that because I talked to Sarah outside of this. I'm up to speed on what's been going on, man. And she put a whole Fresh and Fit, right? Remember when Fresh and Fit got pissed at everybody saying what they had to say about them, and they put all these false ass copyright strikes on everybody's channel, including mine, trying to like take motherfuckers' channels down because they was pissed off. Can't do that shit. So anyway, I've been rambling enough. Let's go.
Just Pearly Things. What do you think?
I want to think about what?
About her getting in trouble.
It was bound to happen.
Okay, if you aren't aware,
What's
Just Pearly Things, the lady who's 26, unmarried, single, career-driven, and constantly tries to educate women on how to be submissive and married by 25, has gotten in trouble recently. Not for not taking her own advice and being the opposite of whatever the fuck she preaches, but more so for having Nick Fuentes, who's a white supremacist,
Anti-Semite,
on her platform. And basically, when she invited him on the platform for an interview, she didn't push back against any of the stuff that she said. Basically, was co-signing him.
and I just like to say, when you come on Pearly Things, yeah, all right,
Yeah,
we've got best smoke for you. And where you now?
Listen, you've sat down and you've ate off Just Pearly Things by tagging us, yeah? And your production is not our production. Our production is big out here. You get me? I got bare smoke for you lot, bro. Both of you lot. I got smoke for Abba and Preach, bro.
You ain't saying shit now, right?
Facts, bro. I didn't even think about that shit. Well, I mean, that's not something I'm gonna sit around thinking about, man. Because Pearl, like, her channel is pretty much powered by the black community, bro. And she said some pretty insensitive things, like the optics of what she was saying looks crazy, especially having Nick Fuentes on the fucking channel. You know, black folks ain't fucking with Nick Fuentes at all. She really didn't push back on anything Nick Fuentes said. She played stupid a lot too. Like, you could tell from the interview that she had with him, she knew a lot more than what she was putting out, but then she would get caught knowing more because of some of the things she said. But yeah, she got a lot of pushback by like a lot of black content creators, man. And I'm just curious to see how this all plays out. I think it's just going to be a blip because I think her channel's too big for it to be affected long term. I'm not wishing any ill will towards her. Like, she got to be held accountable for the shit she, as it's taking place right now. She has been held accountable. But I think her channel is too big for this to to rock the boat. If anything, it'll pull more racists out to fucking support her and shit. But yeah, that was very valid, bro. You gonna bear smoke for I've been preached, but you're not gonna bear smoke for Pearl when she's saying what she said. And that, mind you, she put a little apology video out saying she knows what she said looked crazy, man. But you know, it's damage control at that point. Like, you said what you said. You can sit here and try to apologize after the fact, man. But you know, first impressions and knee-jerk reactions, that's really how you feel. So yeah.
Employed now.
You ain't saying shit now.
Yeah.
If you come in, cause
She fired his ass.
When you come for Pearly thing, where you now? Where's the smoke? Where's your cigar? Where's your cigarette? Where is it? Because when you come from one of us, yeah. And what about when people come from one of y'all? What's she gonna do?
Yeah, because if y'all don't know what that they're talking about, I'm trying to speak to those who are unaware of shit that went on. So maybe I get like some clips of what Pearl said.
I'm trying to get my Africans in America. My Africans. Oh gosh.
Oh boy.
They're gonna
You're
be in
get
trouble.
yourself
This sounds similar to the slavery stuff too, because that's literally the founder of, or the guy who made Roots said, I wanted a myth for my people to live by. So they often, but that's what they do, is they embellish. And I'm not trying to say it wasn't horrible. It was.
Right.
But they want to make it like more horrible so that they can control people.
But basically, she said, I'm paraphrasing here, but slavery was blown out of proportion. And she referred to those that she employed in Africa as her Africans. She said, I'm going to bring my Africans to the States, right? And she tried to clean it up in her apology, but you know, if you got a white girl talking about, I'm going to bring my Africans to the States, that looks crazy. She said some other things, bruh. And, you know, her having an enormous black following, dog. I was just, when I seen that shit, like, And then after hearing what Sarah said, like, and mediocre tutorial review said, we said, like, it's complicated, caught her out. Like, she just getting body. And here we got Auburn preaching, Woo, and ain't looking too good, bro.
Listen, I'll say this about Pearl.
Fuck out of here, clown.
I think it's wild that people have an issue with her right now when she's made her entire career on clowning black women.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, now that she said something about black people as a whole, y'all got an issue. But when she was clowning black, I remember this girl used to have videos back in the day. She used to hit me up all the time. I never really responded much. She used to hit us up and she's like, oh, I want to interview you guys. You know, I got one of the fastest growing podcasts in the world. This is like when she had like 100K subs. And she had this video. She's like, look at this video. It's going viral. And it was her talking to this black woman telling her how ridiculous she is. And on the face of it, it's like, all right, whatever. It's fine. But when I started seeing her try to do the new come up where she transitioned from what she used to be, which was before her videos were like, whitest girl in the world reacts to new rap song. Whitest girl in the world reacts to ABBA and Preach.
Damn, bro, they be having those receipts, dog. I ain't even know that shit, bro. I didn't even know that shit. That's why I be calling her a grifter. Right? Someone that just jumps on trends, jumps on waves. And that's what she definitely jumped on this manosphere wave, and now she seems to be the face of the black manosphere. Damn, bro.
That she keeps playing into is corny and cringe as fuck.
That's
but
what
she
she does.
saw it as a marketing ploy. That was her in to get in, right? She then transitioned to the next step, which is like, oh, I see what Kevin Samuels and some of these other red pills are doing. Let me try to emulate that. So she inserted herself, and she was just talking. And I was like, y'all don't find it fucking weird that a white woman who grew up in a extremely wealthy, in some rural part of America, okay?
So I'm gonna see the front of the
house.
So I wish I could like be in these videos, but I could not find a sibling that felt like
is making her career giving marriage and life advice as some young 22, 23-year-old to older black women. I'm like, you ain't got any Asian, Latinos, white women to critique. No, black women. So I was already looking at her a little bit weird, and she invited me a bunch of times. I never wanted to go on. My man's 28 going on.
Here we
80.
go.
I don't want that to
They
be
still
you
got
guys.
the
And that's why
smoke.
today's spot.
They still got the smoke, bro. These motherfuckers here, dog.
Do I think she's a grifter? Absolutely. Yeah, I do. I don't think she believes half the stuff that she says that comes out of her mouth. Her friends, her family have already come out and said stuff against her, and she's made up certain aspects of her life. But more importantly, I don't know, you just see the switch up that she's done over the last 2 years, and it's been fascinating to see the kind of title she had before, content she's making, to what she's making now. I just don't buy it. I never did. At the end of the day, do I think she's some kind of race supremacist? No, I don't. I think she's just somebody who wants to make money, and her capitalistic mindset.
That's exactly how I feel, man. I don't think she's, and I don't want to make it seem like I'm just biting what the fuck he's saying, but that resonated with me. I feel the same way. I don't think she's fucking racist. I just think she didn't think of how it was gonna sound the way she said what she said, so it's gonna come across as racist. So now she's gonna be racist in a lot of motherfuckers' eyes. Whatever, you know what I'm saying? You gotta deal with it. You gotta be careful what the fuck you say, right? But the grifter shit, bro, like it. Y'all said that shit a long time ago. But then it's like, at the end of the day, there's hella fucking grifters in here that have huge followings and shit. Like, it don't really matter, but it's just coming upon y'all to be aware of who y'all following and giving y'all attention and money to. Do they really believe in the shit they fucking saying? Does that matter to you? Or do you just want to hear shit that appeals to you or applies to you? Right? Does it matter who's saying it? Yeah, does it matter who's saying it? Or is it just a message you want to fucking hear? For me personally, I can't rock with someone that doesn't really believe in what the fuck they're saying. You know what I mean? Like for me, for example, of course I want to capitalize off the work that I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? I want to do this shit for nothing. But the drive that I have in doing this is as ferocious as I do is because I really believe in what the fuck I'm saying. Right? If I couldn't imagine putting content out and being a grifter, like not really fucking believing the shit that I'm saying. It would just be all business to me. Like it would come across as disingenuine and that will fuck with me, man, because like I know how I look in my viewers' eyes. It'll fucking tell me. And if there was an ulterior motive behind what the fuck I'm doing and why I'm doing it, I would feel like shit because I don't really believe in the information I'm giving you. I'm just telling you what you want to hear so I can get paid off of it. That would suck. That's essentially what Pearl seems to be doing. And I never really thought about it the way they said either, because I didn't know enough about Pearl at that point, man. I didn't know how old she was, but she's 20 something now. You got 22, 23-year-old girl who doesn't have life experiences. What she's doing, she just, consumes all this red pill information and regurgitates it. She takes in the Kevin Samuel shit, the Earl Tomasi shit, the Freshman Fish shit, the It's Complicated shit, whoever shit, and just uses her platform to put it out there. But, she looks the way she looks, so it just drove all that traffic to her.
Made her realize that black men will support a woman who echoes what they think, especially if she doesn't look like them. And so they threw money at her. Truth is, she's a goofy broad who found a way into the community and was able to make a lot of money off you guys. And she will continue because a lot of dudes are more concerned with getting back at women or showing them up than they are with actually getting to the truth of any situation. Because if you look at her, she's a giant flaming hypocrite. The thing that she is the exact thing that she preaches against. She ain't got no husband. She's a career-driven woman who's very, very argumentative and isn't submissive in any type of way. How's she the one to tell everyone how to live and what they should be, but she's not even an example of the thing that she talks about? Y'all never found that shit kind of weird? And then on racial issues, I don't even think that she's some kind of supremacist. I just think she's ignorant. That's it. I just think she's ignorant. And when a man came on the platform and said a bunch of stuff, she just didn't have the wherewithal or the ability to counter anything because she wasn't well read on it.
And there was a lot of things that she was agreeing on that, was whatever. But whatever.
I just think she just doesn't know what the fuck she's talking about, which is true for many of the subjects that she talks on.
Both of you lot, I got smoke for ABBA and Preach, bro. Bro, please don't mention it.
When you say that, don't say we, just say you got smoke, because I ain't got
That's
no
what I said.
smoke for no one.
That's Sarah. That's Sarah Garvey right there. That's the one who Pearl's attacking his account. She gave all them fake ass copyright strikes to his account, man, and he helped put Pearl on.
So this guy came out saying not only he debated a video saying like, yo,
they're gonna tap into
over 80 to 85% of people's ad revenue.
Now, myself and Pearl sat down to have a conversation, and she expressed to me that she wanted to do a new segment for her show. And she said she would want me within her studio 4 days per week. I said, okay, from what time? She said from 10 in the morning till 5 o'clock in the evening. I said, so working 4 to 5 days a week for 7 hours is essentially a day job. What is my guaranteed fee at the end of the month? What is the salary? And she looks at me and she says, we do not do guarantees and we do not do salary. She does percentages. So I said, okay, cool. Well, what's the percentage? She said, Sarah, you're the high end, so you will get 70-30. So I said, fine, okay, let me listen. 70% goes to me and 30% goes to you.
No.
Now she looked at me and she said, no, 70% goes to me, Pearl, and 30% goes to me, Sarah Garvey. And that's when I started scratching my head. I said, what's the low end? She said it's 10 to 15%.
She wants 70% of the money he makes from YouTube. He only gets paid 30%, but the benefit is you get to use her studio and editors and cameras and things of that nature. You pull up and work. Fuck that. Fuck that. And Sarah called her a colonizer. She colonizing the fucking the black manosphere space, bro. But yeah, I agree with everything Abba said, man. Just that the shit that put me over the edge is her fucking with Sarah's money for real, just because she ain't like what the hell he said. And I heard her push back to that too. Like I heard her response to what Sarah said, and she really had no response to it.
Why did he turn against you?
I've just found that the bigger I get, it's just like people kind of turn when they see an opportunity to like make money, or I don't know. I can't say why he did. I just know he did.
She was asked why she thinks Sarah said that, and she just thinks that Sarah's on some hating shit. But Sarah gave you every reason why he said what he said. And then what does she do? Goes and tries to block his account, or to take down his account, his entire YouTube account. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. But yeah. At the end of the day, I know this shit ain't gonna fucking do nothing. Pearl ain't going nowhere. She's way too large at this point. So